crap.
This is Chet Holmgren, and I'm down to dunk.
This is AJ Mitchell, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Alex Crusoe, and I'm down to dunk.
It's like baby bottle pop. Yeah.
This is Adam Flagler, and I'm down to dunk.
Hey, it's Isaiah Hartenstein, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Kason Wallace, and I'm down to dunk.
I can't spell Lucas. Hey, how do you spell Lucas? How do you spell Lucas?
This is Lou Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
This is Nikola Topic, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Dylan Jones, and I'm down to dunk. This is Isaiah Joe, and I'm down to dunk.
And there's probably like 50 to 75 Beanie Babies.
Give me like your top 3 Pokemon.
Brother, I can't even name.
This is Jay Will, and I'm down to dunk.
Sometimes the way his brain works is it leaves a lot to be desired.
This is Kenrich Williams, and I'm down to dunk.
Charmander.
Yeah.
Charmander. Or you're more of a Charmeleon guy.
Charmeleon.
This is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and I'm down to dunk.
Schlecht. You know what it means? Yeah.
That means like bad.
It means bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, it was a good interview, so it wasn't bad.
J-Dub, year 3, and I'm down to dunk for the 3rd time. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to episode 4 of Down to Dunk. You can find us on The Athletic and anywhere else you subscribe to your podcast. Go to theathletic.com/down to dunk and think of everyone down for 6 months. I'm Luke. Joined this morning by Andrew.
I gotta say, I'm just fired up to be here today. It's pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Woo!
Slam through.
Taylor.
So it's not as bad as Game 1 Denver basketball-wise, but contextually, I think it's worse.
And Jay.
It's Jay.
Listen, guys.
I thought you were going to sing something like, Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Or I was just going to say, I don't want to be around anymore.
I don't want to be around.
I don't want to do this.
Listen, I took my kids to the game last night. My wife stayed home. She's recovering.
Hey,
it's been
very glad everything went okay and she's recovering.
Yes.
By the way, shirts are going to be shipped out today. I have them.
Okay, nice.
So supporting Amy, my wife, his wife.
Yep.
Shirts coming out.
Keep the prayers up. She needs it. It's been a brutal few days. But anyways, I was walking into the arena with my kids. Just went as a fan last night. Sat with people. Sat around dunkers. They were just all around. It was awesome. But I walked in and this guy shook my hand and he goes, "Shout out Aaron and Drew Reese for real." And I just wanted to give them another shout out because they're sponsoring today's show.
If they needed proof that
the advertising
is
works. Working.
Shout out the Reese's.
For real, for real.
Shout out Aaron and Drew for real. That's what he said.
Please don't kill me.
So funny. But listen, you can call Aaron at 405-773-5500 or Drew at 405-478-7714. Call or text both of them to get insurance. Right now, there's storms all the time. One of those diverted the Pacers plane. One came in last night, one in the afternoon. There's a lot of storms. And listen, someone's going to get hail damage on your house.
Not me.
On your car.
Not you.
Not me.
Not L-Man, but somebody.
Do you have covered parking spots too?
Mm-hmm. Not in Stillwater though.
Oh,
you know, it's kind of
you might need it.
You know, it's kind of like a covered parking spot,
huh?
Having insurance through Aaron and Drew Reese.
Oh man,
God.
that is the ultimate covered parking spot. Is Aaron and Drew Reese? Give them a call today. They support Down to Dunk and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Doesn't stop the hail.
Listen, the Pacers led for 0.3 seconds in this game, dude. For 0.3 seconds in this game off of Tyrese Halliburton. Of course, a Tyrese Halliburton shot that it felt like the Thunder in the last 3 minutes just got sucked into the Pacers vortex. And you were just like, oh no.
It's just like,
what is going to happen? Because we've seen this all playoffs, that the Pacers have these games that are improbable, that just don't make sense.
It's so Caitlin Cooper has been talking about like you may want to buy into this team as the team of destiny. And like last night, most definitely feeds into that. 'Cause it's like, outplayed for the entire game. Fourth quarter, OKC's offense completely stalls out. And Dub talked about it in the post-game press conference that we were just listening to a second ago. Is He just said, like, we just started slowing down. We didn't get into our spots. We let them dictate the pace.
Yep.
And then there was also these just things that broke for them. Like the Miles Turner corner banked in 3-pointer. The
Nemhard ISO step back draw.
Yes, that was so
that one
dumb.
hurt so bad.
The
That
Lou
was
Dort,
horrible.
the Lou Dort lane violation on the free throw. You have, not to mention, like, one of the things that was the most frustrating for me, and I think they would have had time to switch it. And this is why it's really smart for a coach to not call a timeout in those situations. Shea misses the jump shot, which was also, how many times?
Yeah, I know.
Is Shea going to hit that? 7 out of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 out of 10,
Feels
especially
like a
on a
layup.
night where he had 30 shots overall.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't the most efficient version of himself, but he still was hitting like some of his 3-pointers. He just looked like he was in rhythm for most of it. And that kind of started to trail off towards the end as well. And although he had that beautiful layup to put him back up, what was it? 3
That was the
or
only
5
bucket
or whatever it was.
That was the only bucket they had in the last 2 minutes of the game. The run that the Pacers went on was kind of embarrassing, to be honest. They went on a 12-2 run
to finish the game
from the 2-minute and 38-second mark to the 0.00
So yeah,
mark
it feels a
of
lot
the
like
game.
the Nuggets game.
Yeah, so 12-2 run where Halliburton hits the jumper, and the Thunder were 1 of 6 during that stretch.
And they defended Halliburton so well throughout the game.
And that's what I was alluding to, is like, the reason you don't call a timeout is because even though Casey Wallace is a good defender, he gave Halliburton way too much space. Because they can't set it up. But
And
if
you can't foul.
If they had a chance to switch, and Dort was over, I think he was guarding Neesmith, maybe. No, he wasn't even on Neesmith. He was on like Pascal Siakam or something. It's like just everything in your power, like run over, or do something to switch on to Halliburton. Anyway, it just was, you knew it was happening. And here I have, in a real world, would have unbelievable confidence that the Thunder right the ship. It makes sense. They did it in Denver, and defensively, the Pacers aren't creating that many problems for the Nugget or for the Thunder like the Nuggets did.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as ugly offensively as far as opportunities, although the Pacers played pretty good defense.
Yeah.
It was ugly in the sense that Dub and Chet might as well have not been on the court.
Dub had some moments. Dub had some moments where he was going, like he had something in the third quarter where he went, 3 of 4 from the field, kind of back to back to back to back. But Chet was, I don't know where Chet was. He was not with us.
Completely disoriented.
Yeah.
But it was just, the challenge for this one is just the fact that I remember Bucks series. Bucks will figure this out. Like, this is a fluke thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cavs series. This is not real. Like, the Pacers aren't going to keep this up.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks series. Maybe not as much.
Knicks series. Yeah, Pacers take it.
Nice guy. But the challenge for me is it's not like it's a guarantee that in game 2, the Thunder are going to win by 30 points. Would I be surprised by that? Absolutely not. Do I anticipate the probably best version of the Thunder? Sure. But I thought that with every opponent the Pacers have beaten up to this point as well. And so that's why it's like disheartening. And you also don't want to lose a game in the NBA Finals like this and regret it 5 games later or whatever.
Would you like to play the most depressing game in the world? This game is called Guess the Percentages. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, no.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, guess the Thunder's percentage on layups.
43.
I want to say 34.
38.
Well, listen, you guys are a little bit more depressing than the actual percentage. They were 46% on layups. They were 15 of 32 on layups.
It's hard, like a statistic like that. Do you have what is the NBA average?
It's like 60%.
And what's the Thunder's average? Like in the Wolves series, like 75%?
They probably shot 60-ish%. And they shot 46% on layups. 32%. Guess their percentage on floater range shots.
Oh, 23.
38.
34.
22. You guys were
Oof.
not as
Too
depressed.
optimistic.
Not as depressed as you should have been.
I was 1 point away.
What about on jump
Pretty
shots
depressed.
overall? What did they shoot on jump shots?
So we're talking 2s and 3 every jump shot.
Any type of jump shot.
I'm going 41.
I'll go 40.
Twos and threes.
2s and 3s.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I remembered something like this. 40. What'd you say?
I said 41.
I said 40.
I think 44.
It is way more depressing. 35% on jump shots.
Oh,
in the
wow.
Wolf.
game. 35%. 18 of 51.
Also, Taylor, for last week, you get the belt.
Congratulations.
Do I?
It's over there.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's a game where anybody
I don't
gets
think
the
we
belt.
show the belt
It's over
today.
there.
I don't think we
They
do
don't
the belt.
deserve the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, the belt.
No respect. Actually, out of respect for the belt, no belt today.
I appreciate
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Non-paint restricted area shots. Or no, non-restricted area paint shots. I said
Got
it
it.
backwards.
Got it.
Non-restricted area paint shots. What's their percentage?
30.
At 16.
28.
17%.
Oof.
They were 3 of 17.
Oh,
3 of 17.
I was like, okay, well, 1 of 5.
No.
It's 20%.
not very
3
good.
of 17. In the restricted area, they were 54%, which is not great in the restricted area. 20 of 37. Just brutal. What did the Pacers shoot from the corners?
Oh,
Mhm.
56%.
75%.
64.
62.5%. 10 of 16 from the corners.
It felt like they made every three.
It feels like Obi
It did.
Toppin made everything. He had the worst introduction to the series.
Yeah, he did.
And then just went scorched earth. If it wasn't for Lou,
Oh, I know. Lou Dort.
He was easily the second best player on the team.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was quite good in that game. Feels like a wasted Dort game. So there's several things that happened in this one. The Thunder started small, or with their what I call their fastball. In this one, they went away from the lineup they've been playing all playoffs. I know Mark said after the game that this is who they are. This is what they've been. This is not what they've done in the playoffs. They've not changed their starting lineup one time in the playoffs. They decided to change their starting lineup. I actually like the move to do that. I think it's gutsy. I think it makes sense against the Pacers. However, I don't love completely going away from a big at the end of the game. Like it left them pretty vulnerable. The Pacers won the offensive rebounding battle for the first. Like the Pacers don't offensive rebound.
Dude, Siakam was getting. I felt like Siakam got every single
I also feel
rebound.
like maybe Alex tweeted this. This was like tied for the most rebounds the Pacers had all season or something.
The Pacers don't rebound the ball well, and the Thunder played lineups that made them rebound the ball well.
Yeah. It felt like starting Chet defensively guarding Jokic in game one of the Nuggets, where it was like, Mark,
Yeah.
don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Like it's the challenge of like, and I actually think he'll go back. I think he'll realize this, especially watching film as well, and be like, just stick with what you got.
And he's
Because what the
good.
Thunder
He's not
do-
stubborn.
It doesn't.
He'll do
put-
it.
I just don't think it puts the Thunder in that big of a disadvantage to have the guys out there. Like
Yeah.
I heart playing Siakam probably, at least to start, and then Chet, because you probably, well, I guess you would have iHeart on Miles, and then Chet on Siakam, just in the sense of who do you want closer to the rim.
Yeah.
But I'm like, even if it doesn't work, at least let it ride for a little bit so your rotation. And that's been so crazy. Is like he's been sticking to rotations like they're like
No, wait.
impossible to move.
That's why you have Kaysen and Caruso off the bench.
Yeah,
Like, you have
it's like-
that.
so
like, it
that's why I
just-
think he'll go back to that. That's my
Yeah, I think so too. Also, there were like a lot of talks leading up to this about, like other people talking about this series, all the preview stuff. And the way that the national media kind of sees iHeart, I disagree with. They talk about iHeart as a guy who like can't really play as a stretch defender and isn't as fast and agile as Chet. And I agree, not quite as Chet, but like he's a really athletic defender who
For
can
sure.
definitely stay with people.
Yeah.
He could absolutely be on Miles Turner if Miles Turner's stretching out. He can do that.
What was good for iHeart, look, the Thomas Bryant minutes, like iHeart dominates that.
Oh, yeah.
And Bryant hit the 3 in the corner, but other than that, like he was pretty much a non-factor, and they don't go to him much. Like they played predominantly small as well.
Yeah, he played 8 minutes.
It just was the worst version offensively of the Thunder, even though Shea was really,
Well,
really good.
you know what frustrated me too about that is because we've had games where the offense isn't there, but the defense always keeps them in it. And that first half, I was so confident because defensively, they were the best version of themselves in that first half. Getting turnovers, get everything. Like that's what gives you opportunities when your offense isn't there. And that seemed to just not be the case in the fourth quarter.
Well, for sure. The other thing was one of the other hallmarks of that defense is their defense creates offense. And so points off turnovers normally are one of their kind of bread and butter statistics that they really run away games with. And I can't remember the exact numbers from the first half, but Thunder created, I think, 19 turnovers in the first half.
19.
And I think they had like 11 points off of them.
12.
Yeah. So they missed a ton.
Yeah.
They just had so many dead ball turnovers.
Yeah.
Like that's what kind of killed. Like you think like, oh my gosh, it's so many, but the amount of dead ball turnovers where the Pacers get to set their defense, it was not playing into the Thunder's hands.
Yeah.
You know.
But what does play into your hands is the shot attempt differential in that first half was huge. The delta between the Pacers and OKC's shot attempts was so wide.
Yeah.
And then that seemed to go away again. And I just don't like, that's what I didn't like the most was how can this thing that is controllable, the defense, be the thing that kind of drifts off as well?
We can have complaints, but the Thunder were leading the game for 99.9% of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, except for, the
most important part of it.
The most important part of it.
Except for the part that counts.
They were ahead, but they just can't give away one like this again. I, for one, didn't love the AJ Mitchell minutes. I thought they were worthless, and I don't know why we did that. But, we did it, and they tried it. Bet they don't try it again. But they just need to learn from this, and now, they just can't do that again. And it's frustrating because they've done it in other series before. Oh, man.
And they do such a good job of saying all the right things in post-game.
And you know what? They've shown us that they adjust, they come out. It doesn't change their mental approach and their attitude about the game. And they respond really well.
I mean, just Chet being such a non-factor, like I can't shake how out of it he was offensively.
He's gonna,
and not even defensively, he was kind of a nothing too.
Yeah,
right.
I just didn't notice him really at all.
No,
in the game.
That's not what you want from arguably your second.
You got to think he steps that up, and that you
would think,
and that he takes it in response because he's. I feel like he's that kind of player.
Well, we saw he did in the Denver series. He was really bad at the start of the Denver series. And it completely shifts and changes. So,
I mean, I think this one's going 7 games. After that,
I don't know. This could be
like it's going
this
7.
Could be that Philadelphia Lakers finals. That's what I'm hoping
I
for.
had that in my mind last night too. It's the one where Allen Iverson stepped over Ty Lue.
Yeah,
the Sixers won game 1.
That's what I'm holding on to right now.
They, what the Thunder saw the last time the Thunder were in the finals, the only time they've been in the finals, they lost. They won game 1.
Yeah,
and they lost the next 4. They're trying to flip the script.
I'll flip it.
They're trying to flip the script. Yeah, Chet took 3 shots in the second half.
Yeah.
He was invisible. He had that one dunk where he cut to the rim. And then he missed a layup. He missed 2 layups.
He only played 24 minutes.
Yeah, it's because they just went super duper small. And I also wonder, okay, if you're gonna go super duper small, why does Kenrich Williams not get to play?
He got 1 minute.
You know what I mean, though?
He was outplayed by Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, the AJ Mitchell thing was just straight up weird. It was like, this is way too cute. This is the NBA Finals. Like, are we aware? This is the NBA Finals, And I know this is Mark. This is what Mark has always done. This is what he does. Everybody gets a chance to play, but it just felt like this is a rookie who's coming off an injury that has not played much at all. Yeah. Like it just felt like the wrong guy.
Well, especially
to do this with.
Hasn't played much at all. Hasn't played at all in the playoffs. Specifically, it's like that's a different game. You have to adjust for what playoff basketball is, and now you're in the finals.
Not even the playoffs,
and that's your
finals.
Yeah, this is your playoffs introduction. I totally agree with you, and you saw it with him. I mean, it got to him. I mean, he wasn't ready. He wasn't there.
And it was 4 minutes. It wasn't like it was some.
But what,
crazy,
3 shots?
Crazy stretch. He took 3 shots,
like back to back, like got his own rebound and then missed.
I'm completely like you can't put this on AJ Mitchell.
It's not.
It's not. It's on Mark though.
I think it was more. Yeah, exactly. My thing is it's more indicative of the fact that like Mark, I think Mark coached it just a little bit looser than it deserved to be.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, how many minutes did Shea play?
40.
There was a stretch when he was out of the game, and when he's playing like that, I was like, "Why are we taking him out? Like,
yeah,
and let him like run away with it. Like that's what we need to do. If Shea is the one doing it, that they had everyone else in there, and it was like,
it did.
What are we doing?
It did feel like they could have brought him in a little bit earlier than they normally do. It just felt like it was coached like a regular season game. It felt like that at the beginning. It felt like that through most of it. I think they thought they had an advantage with their small ball lineup, but the problem was you're left without like a truly good screener and a guy that the team is going to care about. You know, one of the last shots that Shea took, it was this double screen by Cason Wallace, who then popped out to 3 and was left completely wide open. And they did not care. And Shea did not pass. Shea took a shot where he was double teamed. It's like those, it doesn't matter. Like if that's iHeart or Chet and they're rolling to the rim, maybe it changes the coverage a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you get like a pretty good screen. I didn't think the screen was bad by any stretch, but I do think that, you know, the Pacers had trouble defending like the iHeart screens whenever he was in there.
They just overthought it.
And
it's just quintessential overthought it. Same way that Mark did it in Denver game 1. Put Chet on Jokic at the beginning, get threw the whole team off.
Yeah.
Like you could just feel it.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason it was weird, like Cason was not good offensively. And because he was out of his normal position. We saw this last year. Like even against the Mavericks, Isaiah Joe, we were like, yeah, put him in the starting lineup, move Giddey to the bench. And the whole team was just like, we don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, listen, Marcus, I didn't even know how to give an appropriate comp of how much further his brain is.
Yeah.
When it comes to basketball than mine. And so I'm not saying that, but I think that it is okay to assume that maybe in this moment he overthought it.
Yeah.
And because you just look at it in the Dallas series, like what I would do, start the starting lineup. If it's getting cooked, if it's not working, just be quick on your rotations.
Yeah.
Then it all feels normal. But I remember vividly in the Wolves series, there was a moment where they pulled iHeart like early in the third or benched him. He didn't start second ever, something like that. And they're like, well, we really got outside of our rotations. And we got outside of our rotations. Because they have a specific way that they like to move guys in and off the court so that they can conserve energy for the end of the game. And if it gets thrown off in the beginning of the game, then they'll kind of recoup some of that energy in the second half. I'm like, you're that meticulous and mindful of when people are on and off the floor.
Yeah.
And yet in this moment, for the first time, honestly, like, other than injury related, they never started this way.
Yeah.
It's like, why? I'm talking all season.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, why are you so meticulous and intentional the rest of the season? And in this one moment,
but I think it can be that same approach, just going too far, right? They're super meticulous and analytical about everything they do, exactly what you're saying. But you can go too far with that, where they're like too meticulous and analytical, probably, and making decisions, very bold decisions based on.
I think the starting lineup, I actually still like it. I think that honestly, what happened is they just fumbled the game down the stretch. If they somehow, if Shea makes more shots, or if like some of those crazy Pacer shots don't go in, then we're probably talking about, Mark, that was another genius move by Coach Mark, at the beginning of the game, to start that way, to play that way.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. I do think that the glass half full, silver lining, whatever you want to say, is sometimes the Thunder need games like this to remember who they are, right? Like this game where it's because if they would have won, there's this part of me that goes like, do they just kind of go, well, we won, it's okay. But knowing like how just discombobulated offensively they were, I wonder if losing this way puts that sting just really prevalent.
Similar to the Denver series.
Yeah, where it's like I would not assume in game 2 Sunday night, I think Chet's going to be locked in.
Yeah.
And probably I would assume he's going to score between 17 and 22 points, high efficiency, 3 of 6 from the 3-point line, like 3 or 4 blocks. Like I could see him being locked in because he's so disgusted by his game 1 performance. And there's things they go back, they watch film, they learn, they figure out how to play, and then they come back out and they should look like a different team. I just wonder what part of that rotation just mentally changes things for the way this team plays. You know,
it's a good question.
I don't hate the Kaysen starting thing, but I also don't understand if it's that much of an advantage to do it that way. Because we have 2 bigs. We're talking Miles Turner and Siakam here. We have 2 bigs that can play any style of front court the other team has.
Yeah.
I know J-Dub can guard Siakam, and he's done really good at guarding power forwards like that this season. I mean, Chet and Ihart can too.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't know.
Siakam.
I don't like. I don't feel like it's like, oh, you can't start with both bigs against this team.
Siakam was really good, efficient last night.
Yeah, Siakam.
I mean, their whole team was pretty.
He could just get anywhere he wanted to, even off the ball. He was just going wherever he wanted to. His length was really killing us. That's why I think like Chet only playing as little as he did hurt us in that regard, because you lose so much length.
Obi Toppin.
The Pacers are long. You can match their length and outplay them. They long.
They shot 46.2% from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Obi Toppin was 5 of 8.
The Obi, it just felt like everything that he shot was going in.
It was wild.
Yeah, the Obi Toppin thing was insane.
Like if you removed Dort from the starting lineup,
oh boy,
he was 5 of 9 from the 3-point line. You're 28% as the starters, and that's because Shea was 50%. Kaysen Wallace was 0 for 3. J-Dub was 1 for 4, and then Chet was 0 for 1.
Yeah, that's bad.
Well, that J-Dub shot, wasn't that the first shot? Wasn't it like
it was
the
his
7th point?
Yeah.
That was the one where he stepped into it at the top.
It doesn't get any better when you get to the bench. Like Caruso's 1 of 4. How many shots did Caruso shoot that you're like, oh yeah, he makes it?
Yeah, he makes it.
He makes it 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
He had back-to-back threes where they got him in the corner and he missed them.
Yeah.
And he was hitting those all series against both the Wolves and the Nuggets.
You know what drives me kind of crazy is how many of these last-second shots have we seen go against teams that just don't go in, or they rim out, or hit the backboard and don't match? And it's like Aaron Gordon hits it twice against us.
I mean,
Tyrese Halliburton.
He is maybe the most clutch player in the NBA right now.
He did not win clutch player of the league.
Yeah. Well, he just took down the clutch player of the year.
Yeah,
but I didn't know it was an award until
what you would think about that though is like the same. And Alex is the one that was like him and Tyler's. I appreciated it because they were appropriately like pessimistic. You know, like I vibe with that where it's like, don't get too high, because if you get too high, somehow we're going to have influence over the game. I really resonated with that. But you just look at
Are you trying to say this is my fault?
No, I'm not saying you did have.
But it's not your
you
fault.
have a Pacers guy on. You're like, do they even need to play in the playoffs? Do they even play in the finals?
I just had them in 5.
I know, which I think I'm not too far off. I'm still believing that.
The Zach Lowe, Kirk Goldsberry episode was like that too, though.
Every media member that has paid attention to the NBA picked that,
and that's
why I'm like, we can't overreact.
Yeah, you should not overreact to.
But it's still just is like, duh. I was hoping to have a great pod this morning where we just talked about the inevitability of the next 3 games,
and maybe it's good.
Here I am panicked.
Maybe it's good that it's not.
47 minutes and 59 seconds. It felt like we were gonna.
Yeah, that's so stupid. That is so stupid.
Yeah, it was.
And I think it have just got Dort over on Halliburton,
or if they just like Shea just makes that one mid-range jumper,
or just we hit just one more 3.
Dub misses a 3 at the end. Also a terrible inbound play. I know it's 0.3 seconds. You can't really do much, but
I know.
I hate that though. Like I don't like the rim lobs in that.
Yeah, to think you could get a lob is
you're allowed to take a shot.
you should
take
just
a shot.
you should just do the Derek Fisher, just throw it to somebody and see if they can just
shoot
it.
Yeah.
propel it toward, or the what was the no look Booker? No looker Booker.
Just throw it behind
You
your
remember
back.
that? The Utah Jazz, he just
Be better than that. Better than the lob that they threw. That was not.
I'm pretty sure
I don't like the lob.
So anyway, I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Summer League?
You can talk about sandwiches.
The draft.
Talk about Topic.
Talk about Nikola Topic.
It felt like Topic was about to go in that game last night with the way that Marcus handled the rotations.
What if Topic goes in?
Nikola Topic getting his first minutes ever here in the NBA Finals.
I have something to just break up, so we don't have to talk about the game for just a second.
Okay.
I was talking to someone last night that was from out of town, and they're like, "Do you have any places to recommend for where I should eat?" Because like the places that I've been recommended, like I have not been like. They were recommended Fuzzy's Taco and
Fuzzy's is good. Hold on,
Fuzzy's is good.
Fuzzy's is
but
good.
it's like
that's not.
But it's not like. And the other was Texadelphia, which is like both of these are like chains. And I was like, no, these are terrible places. But like if you're coming in to go, and I was like, go to like Mahogany, go to the Ranch if you're looking for a steak place. Like those are places you should go. Let's talk about if you added, and I said go to the Mule, go to the Press, go to like some smaller places. Like you need to go towards like only one of these places.
Spot on. So do you think? I think the misnomer, because I remember Dane Moore talking about like there's just nothing to do. I'm pretty sure. Here's my take. If people stay at the Omni, people stay at the Colcord, people stay at the Skirvin, wherever they're staying in downtown,
they're walking.
If you're heading to the east, into Bricktown, you're making a mistake.
Big mistake.
You need to go west and you need to go north. You need to go to Plaza District. You need to go to 23rd. You need to go to Midtown. You need to go to Paseo. You need to go to Film Row. All of those places have far superior Jones Assembly, Sun Cattle Cove, phenomenal burgers over there.
Picasso Cafe, anything in Paseo, anything in
Grill,
Plaza,
Frida, Sauced, like Oso in Paseo.
Yeah.
Go to Plaza. You've got Mule. You have the
New State Burger.
New State. You've got the Myrtle or whatever it is.
Yeah, you have the Chef Jeff restaurants. You have two Chef Jeff restaurants there that are ridiculous.
Like
Mother Lao.
Go to Republic.
Like I can Cheevers.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are so many restaurants within walking distance.
And that's not hating on Fuzzy's, by the way. I like Fuzzy's, but that's not what I would recommend to someone who's here for like a weekend.
That's where you got to go. I just wouldn't say
But if you go to Bricktown, you have Fuzzy's, you've got Dave's Hot Chicken, you've got Texadelphia,
chains.
And I was
you have the Truck Yard, you've got McDonald's.
You have McDonald's. You have
what else is in
seafood
downtown?
place?
The old Spaghetti Warehouse. Is there still Pearl's Oyster Bar or something there?
There was
Crabtown. Don't go to any of those places.
Yeah. Don't go.
Bass Pro Shop.
Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah.
Truck Yard can be cool. It's also insane.
Yeah.
I just am like, please don't go east.
Yeah. Don't go into Breakdown.
Go to Social Capital. If you want to be here, go to Lively. Like there are so many great places to go. Don't go east.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I pointed him towards Andrew, you reposted it. Our friend Kellen made that just places to eat. It's like I was like, look at this guy's thing. I was like, but you have this thing where he's made all these things, and in the comments there's people like, don't go there, go here. It's like there's a lot of good places in that thread.
Yeah, go to the comments. Go. I mean, any of the places you recommended.
But it was so interesting because he was like, yeah, well, I've just been walking everywhere, and I was like, that's so interesting because I was like, I don't see us as like a walkable.
We're not a very walkable city. We're getting better
but
downtown.
If you're there, like Kitchen 324 or whatever that number.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, like you can walk there. It's like you can.
Yeah, that's good.
But I was just like,
what would be downtown restaurants that you would suggest? 324 Barbalata.
Yeah, Barbalata.
Flycatcher has good burgers.
Oh, the Goose.
The Goose.
It's a little further away. It's on just north of 10th. If you can get up to 10th.
Yeah.
There's some good spots there. Yeah. You've got that. You've got Barrios.
You just have to be willing to take an Uber. Let's just be
Yeah,
real.
or a lime. You could lime from a downtown hotel if you would feel comfortable doing so and make your way there.
That's true.
If you're from a walkable city, I mean, New York, you'll walk a couple miles to a restaurant now you think about it.
That's true.
And
But
as
you
long
have
as the
stuff
weather
to see along
cooperates,
the way.
for sure. But I'm like, you're not, 10th is not that far away from,
No.
you know, I just am like, please, for the sake of the narrative around our city, stop going east.
Yeah.
But then there's also like, you know, if you want to go to a nice restaurant like Broadway 10, then there's that there's that Hideaway there. I mean, if you're here, you can go to Hideaway.
Yes.
There's
S&B, Iguana, better options.
And I was like,
all those are better options.
Tamashi Ramen, Jinya Ramen. Like
Tamashi,
there's
dude.
other, like there's
You mess with
ramen
Tamashi?
restaurants.
I'm a Goro guy.
Yeah, well, the Goro. I mean,
The
you
garlic fried rice at Tamashi.
It's good.
It's
But that's what I hear every time.
But you can
is
also go
the
to
garlic
like
fried
you
rice.
Yeah,
wouldn't
so it's
think
like it's
like,
not a fried rice place.
you also wouldn't think like I'm in Oklahoma City, like sushi, like Sushi Nico,
We have
Tokyo
good Asian
sushi.
food. Great Asian
we
food.
like the Asian like district area like has gonna have great food right there. Like
Fassler, McNelly's, like
it's just
There's a lot of
you
places.
they have to just get out of that like
Get out of, just don't go to Bricktown.
don't
you
go to
go up that
Bricktown.
direction, you go to Stella. Stella's a great place.
Yeah.
You've got, I mean, it's just like,
Just
please don't go to Bricktown.
don't go to Bricktown.
Like
Waffle
Bricktown's for
Champion.
tourists.
Yeah.
Like it's for people who come to Oklahoma City from like, we're from, you know, we live in some small town and we're here in Oklahoma City, so we're going to go and party in Bricktown for a night. Like residents don't go to Bricktown.
Yeah, when people,
That was so close to being a good one.
So close.
that was good. That was so close.
I could.
We do
I
have,
almost said
my
taste
eyes-
it. I almost said taste it.
we do have a super chat from Teddy Hart. He said, "I know I'm not a head coach, but when there's 0.3 on the clock and you need a lob to win, why wasn't Hartenstein on the floor?"
Yeah. I don't
Why
know.
wasn't Moses Brown?
Why wasn't Moses Brown
Bring him
there?
back.
Why weren't you just giving the ball to Shea and letting him take
I
a
know.
shot? Just take a jump shot.
Or
You can do it.
and, I mean, honestly, anybody just get like
So I just would like to know your percentages. Like a lob in general would be a better percentage, but like from that exact play, would your percentage be better on something like that or like a half court heave? Like I think it's roughly the same.
I would. I mean, at least you get a shot up.
Yeah.
So
So
I mean, the thing about the Pacers in those situations, like they're very well coached,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Carlisle.
and they're going to find
So
to find ways to stop you. And like they were stopping you in the paint the whole game.
The whole
So
game.
why don't you just do something a little bit off kilter and just take a jump shot that you shot 32% on, whatever. The whole game. Like, so I don't know.
And I do want to give like the Pacers were ready for defensively. They were ready for the Thunder.
They played great defense.
Offensively, they were a little bit shell shocked to start the game for sure.
Yeah.
But they came out with this like desperation and with this, we have something to prove. Because all week, both teams have been hearing the Thunder are plus 700 to win the championship. The Pacers are plus 500. Did I say plus? I meant minus 700. Yes. Yeah. So, and even the Thunder, this is what I was thinking about too, because psychologically, you can do everything in your power to be like, don't listen to that. You have to go in. You have to play your game. You have to, don't assume that you're going to win. But it's like, I mean, subconsciously, you hear those things and you're like, oh, everyone thinks we're going to win. It's impossible. So to your point, Jay, losing that game might bring everyone back down to earth and be like, okay, we do have to be this team.
We have to engage all 48 minutes for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is the same message that they forgot apparently from game one of the
They just let go of the rope there at the end.
Yeah.
And they got in the mud and they couldn't make shots, and the Pacers did. Like that's the story of the game. It's
I wanted to,
and it felt to me like the whole game. I was like, the Thunder are going to win this game. It just felt like that the whole game. I wasn't nervous, and then the end. So I can imagine they probably felt that way too. You can't help it. You can't help it. The coach can say whatever you want. This game isn't over. Go out there, play hard. Blah 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 blah. You just have to. You have to feel it.
So this is the last 4 minutes of the game. I'm just going to go through Oklahoma City shots. Okay. Last 4 minutes of the game. Shea hits a layup, 4 minutes, put him up 6. The next 2, he shoots 2 free throws, puts him up 8 at that point. Mm-hmm. Then the next time the Thunder score is, so that's at 3:24. They don't score until 2:52, which is not crazy. That's Shea another 2 free throws, which puts him up 9 with 2:52 to go.
Yeah, those are the last points they made.
Shea hits the driving layup at 1:30 to put them up 5, and they
that's the last shot.
and they don't
Yeah.
score again.
Yeah, 2 points.
And from there, you have
Go through the Pacers shots made in that moment too.
J-Dub misses a 2-point shot. The Thunder get the rebound in the corner. Shea misses the 14, and then it's basically over at that point. It's Shea misses his old jump shot.
Yeah.
Their shots from the same stretch.
Yeah.
This is fun to relive this. You've got, they don't score for a while either until Siakam hits that free throw at 3 minutes. Then they score again when Neesmith hits that 23-foot 3-point shot on Shea. So that's at 2:38. Then Nembhard hits another 3-pointer.
Yep.
Or was it my backwards on that? Sorry. So Neesmith wasn't the one. It was Nembhard. I get those.
No,
two guys
Neesmith
confused.
did hit a shot. Neesmith hit a 3,
but not not at the one on Shea. That was Nembhard, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 105. That's where they pull within 3 with 2 minutes left. Thunder don't do anything. Nembhard hits 2 free throws.
Miles Turner. When's Miles
Siakam
Turner
makes
hit
the
a
2-point shot, which was wasn't that yeah, he got the offensive rebound.
Offensive rebound.
That was, forgot how killer that one was.
Yeah.
And then
Awful.
the next one after that was the Halliburton 21-foot jump shot. Ugh. Just the Thunder miss shots. A lot of shots they make normally. Offensively, they weren't good. And which is funny is like they still scored 111 or 110 points, but they just weren't good enough in the end.
In the fourth quarter, the Thunder made 0 shots outside of the restricted area in the whole fourth quarter. They made 7 of 10 inside the restricted area. Like the one that felt like, okay, they finally have this game under control was when Dub got the steal and the dunk in transition.
Yeah.
And you thought, okay, I think they've got this, is how it felt. And then like they didn't. And then the Pacers from the left corner, 2 of 2. From the right corner, 1 of 2. From above the break, 3 of 6. From mid-range, 2 of 2. And then they were 4 of 12 inside the paint. But they hit, I mean, Thunder defended the paint well, but it was
at the cost
the corners, the top of the key, and then in the mid-range that they made all their shots pretty much before the entire fourth quarter. I mean, you look at their shot chart, you look at the Thunder shot chart, like the whole thing is red, like this was bad, very, very bad. And then you look at theirs, it's green. Amazing.
And that's good.
Amazing, great.
Taylor, what? Just let me inside your head for a second.
There's not much going on there. I was pretty numb in that game.
Yeah.
I just felt numb. I went to bed. Kate was like, I can't believe they won by 1 point. She fell asleep in the kids' room, woke up, saw her phone that we lost by 1 point. She's like, what happened? I was like, I don't know. She was like, do you not want to talk? I was like, no, I really don't. And I just went to bed.
Told my wife.
And that's how I feel right now.
I told her, I said, she asked me a question or something about non-related to Thunder Sick. Can I just have a minute? I just need a minute.
It's like, do you even understand what I'm going through right now?
Like I am in it right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to empty the dishwasher.
Yeah,
right now.
I'm so sorry. I'm
Do it
actually
tomorrow.
putting the house on the market and moving to somewhere else.
Yeah. Moving to Indiana.
Moving to Indianapolis.
No, that's what's in my head.
You don't
Not
want to do
much.
that. You don't want to do that.
No, listen.
Okay, listen.
I'm all right.
I
I'm okay.
think
I'm okay.
It's one game. It feels horrible. It feels terrible. My kids are feeling like their first like sports
Yeah,
pain
welcome
ever.
to hell, bros.
Yeah.
We had to the walk to the car. It was funny. Arden looked at me and he's 6 years old. The other boys are just distraught. This game is over. He looked at me and he goes, oh, we lost. He goes, we lost by 1 point.
You're like,
You know?
Not now.
of like expectations not being met. And so
Yeah.
it is good to have other people that are suffering alongside you, but
it was terrible. You don't want to suffer. You want to be cheering walking out of this place.
Especially when it's like, we said it was really close in the Nuggets game.
Yeah.
Like it's there for the taking. And now we're like, it's here for the taking.
It's like, come on.
I know.
This is the finals. Why are we messing around in game 1 of the finals is kind of how it felt. It's like, how can you lead? And the problem was, and I think, Elman, you text this to the group, is like, this felt like a game that should have been up by 25 in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And somehow it's like
It's
8,
always that.
9, 11, whatever it was. It was just, why are we not scoring at will? You know, they're if you looked at, they always have effective field goal percentage up on the score.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And it was, the Pacers are at like 60 and the Thunder are at like 40.
And the Thunder up by 12.
And they're up by 12. And you're like, oh my gosh, like this.
I know. It's the shot
Either
variance,
this is going to turn, or the Pacers are just going to hang around enough to put themselves in position. Because the one thing the Thunder are better at than the one thing the Pacers are better at than the Thunder, there's one thing, and it's one thing only: clutch time execution.
Yeah.
That's the one thing they're better at.
Yeah.
And
so you just don't want to ever get it there.
You can't get it there. Like, you just cannot get there.
Alex said at halftime, wasn't he the one that was like, you're going to, it's exactly what he verbalized. He's like, you don't want them hanging around. Like,
yeah,
you've got to put this team away. And we're just sitting there watching it going, okay.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
And it did feel like they're going to hang on. They're going to win by 5 or something. And then the last 3 minutes happened.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, I won't use the exact phrase, but it's just F around, find out.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
It felt like that.
We were just,
it certainly felt like that.
Effing around. And
say the actual thing.
No.
Say it.
No.
Why are you doing that?
That's how I feel.
Why are you doing that? You do. You probably got a lot of F words going on in your head.
This is what I do though. When I'm mad, I just am like, let's set everything on fire.
Yeah.
Self-sabotage mode.
That's actually what Asher said. He's like, I think we just need to light something on fire.
Yeah.
Let's just go. I just want to like
set the pot on. Let's set our reputations on fire.
This is what I have. I just sit there, and every once in a while, I just have this like outburst in my mind of just like,
yeah,
like, dang it, or like, come on, and it'll subside the next 12 hours or so. It'll really feel better on Sunday if they come out and look like the team that we've been watching for most of the season. But
yeah,
we're fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just honestly don't want to talk about it until Sunday. Well, I just want to like not talk about this at all.
Spent 45 minutes talking.
I was gonna say we're not really.
I know this is it though.
Opportunity.
This is it for me. I'm gonna really try to just be a family man, think about other things I'm interested in until 7 p.m. on Sunday.
Just gonna pretend I don't even like basketball for the
basically.
couple days.
Yeah, it's like all of my listening, everything I listen to or look at on the internet.
I'm not listening to one sports related thing. No. I don't want to hear anyone talk about this game.
Not 1 second.
We're not recording Slam and Jam. I'm taking the day off.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there you go.
Good.
You don't have to.
Good.
We weren't planning on it anyways.
Yeah.
Even if the Thunder won, we weren't.
Yeah.
I know people are going to be like, "Oh, the Thunder lost."
Bunch of homers.
Oh, he doesn't want to do a podcast because the Thunder lost. What a baby! It's like, okay, you can think that. That might also.
Yeah, there's some truth to that.
3% true. 3% true. I'm a little bit of a baby. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're babies. We're
sorry that we can't detach our emotions.
Listen.
Sorry that we enjoy a team.
Seriously.
Okay. So we do need to take a break and then answer some Twitter
from
questions.
the podcast until the series is over.
Okay.
Until they win.
Take a break.
We'll be back for a celebration.
We'll be back when they win. If not, we won't see
Summer League. Yeah.
When I start convincing myself that Topic was a missing piece.
That's right.
That's why we
They
lost.
just needed Topic
in the finals.
Topic in those AJ Mitchell minutes. All right, let's take a quick break. And we're back after that quick break. It's time for some Twitter questions.
Twitter questions. Answer them for you. This is Twitter questions. Now let's get down to it.
No, we don't deserve fritters.
It's
Jimmy,
National Donut Day.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
Jimmy,
hit me with a Jimmy.
you
Hit
want
me with the Jimmy.
Do you want a donut?
Jimmy.
Yeah, let's talk donuts.
Wait,
All right, let's talk donuts on National Donut Day before we answer
What
some
donut?
TQs.
What donut are you getting?
I love an old fashioned.
Big old fashioned pan.
Okay.
Is there a
glaze.
donut? Maybe
Just a normal glazed old fashioned.
maybe a starting point is what don't you like?
Yeah,
That's a good question.
Yeah, what would you be like?
I eat them all.
I was gonna say
I don't love red velvet or like
Yeah.
any of like the flavor.
Are
No.
there
old
red
school
velvet?
stuff. Yeah.
Red velvet.
Oh, yeah.
donuts.
Cake
yeah,
donuts.
cake donuts.
Okay.
I don't like all the other like. Don't give me the cherry cake donut. Give me the red velvet. Like I'll still eat it.
What about the
I'm a
blueberry?
psycho, but
Yeah.
I'll eat a blueberry one.
Okay.
Blueberry.
A blueberry one.
I don't like filled donuts.
I just like.
Not a huge fan of them.
Yeah. I like just a chocolate.
A chocolate
donut.
is good.
I'll tell you though, if you gave me a choice between a chocolate donut and a maple donut right now,
Maple.
all day.
Maple icing is maybe the best icing you can get of all
Maple
the
is
icings.
Primo.
Maple is
Yeah,
goaded.
Maple Long John.
Kids are saying maple is
Numero
goaded.
uno.
Yeah, maple's goaded.
Maple Long John.
That's
are really
that's
good.
my go-to.
I also do a maple cake. The
Yeah.
place by our
Oh.
house has like a cake maple. It's really good. But maple Long John.
So maple, like specialty donut places, will do like a maple donut with bananas and bacon on it. Very good.
Not too much.
I think it's called an Elvis.
Yeah. Something like that.
No, it's really good. I love that. I'd love all of my breakfast to be stacked up on a donut.
Is there
Like, can you dice up some sausage, a
Yeah,
few eggs,
yeah,
then a donut?
yeah. It's good.
Ew.
So y'all go get donuts today?
I think we have to.
Yeah, I'll get some donuts
The
today.
problem is a lot of times I'm going to get a donut, I end up just getting a kolache.
Yeah, but both.
That's
No.
one of the best.
Just a kolache?
Yeah.
You'll go to a donut store and just get a kolache?
Listen,
2 kolaches.
if Luke,
Yeah,
yeah,
kolaches are good, man.
Yeah.
Luke has a chance to get a hot dog wiener, he's getting a hot
I'm
dog
getting a
wiener.
hot dog wiener.
Not real
That's
kolaches. They're not actually kolaches, by the way. They're sausage rolls, but
Yeah, when I learned
we
that,
call them kolaches.
when I learned what real kolaches were, I was disappointed because the fake kolaches are better.
Absolutely.
1 million
Wait,
times
wait,
better.
wait, what's a real?
It's
kolache?
like a pastry that's kind of
It's usually
got like
fruit
a little
filled.
bit of jelly in it, and it's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Is
not
there no meat?
What I'm
No,
talking
no.
what I'm talking
Totally
about
different.
is sausage roll.
Yeah,
That's what I
sausage-
like.
Sausage roll.
And
I
especially,
mean, that's what I thought.
especially if it has a little jalapeno.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
I like
They're
it.
jalapeno sausage rolls.
And then I'm just dealing with it for the rest of the
They're
day.
good.
It's not that bad. It's pretty. Why?
I just have to deal with the repercussions of having
Yeah.
having 2 jalapeno sausage rolls.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, 2 of them. I can see how that'd be pretty
Two
stressful.
full size ones.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man.
Well, now these days it's 1, but
Back
used
in
to
the
be-
day,
used to be 2.
You know what else I like is I like cereal donuts. Like donuts where they do and then they do different cereals on top.
You
Pebbles?
just keep talking like Hertz donut.
You like
But I don't like that style. I don't like that donut bread.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I like the softer kind of
Yeah,
traditional
yeah,
donut.
Yeah, give me like the mom and pop donut
Yeah,
shop over
Dude,
the other ones.
The pink one in the village by Papa Dios.
Donut King.
Yeah. Used to be
not
called,
Donut
used to be
King.
called,
Used to be Winchell's.
used to be genuinely called donuts and kolaches.
Yes.
It was a Winchell's a long, long time
No,
ago.
used to be
Oh.
Winchell's.
They have the best kolaches and they have the best just fresh mom and pop normal standard run of the mill donut.
Unquestionably.
Yes, it says donuts.
Although,
is a good
I'll
sign
tell
of
you
a
what they
donut
did do
shop.
though.
It says donuts.
Fritter-
It only
Fritters.
says donuts.
Over there, a little shrinkflation.
Yeah, they're smaller.
Oh,
Yeah,
shrinkflation.
shrinkflation.
On the
Same
fritter.
price, smaller.
Oh,
Mm.
Also, there's a place over by you called Donut King.
Yeah,
That's
on
on
Britain.
Britain.
Donut King,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's-
Their
Donut
fritters
King.
are cow patties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Their fritters are. I think I brought them to the podcast.
It's
huge.
I mean, it's the size of a head easily,
you could make a mask out of it.
but they're also really good. A little greasy, but
Pretty
fritter.
good, man.
Fritter used to be my go-to, but now I feel guilty.
Fritter's a hard thing to do a lot. Fritter feels very special
It's-
occasion.
it-
It's hard to
Even week to week when we were doing Fritter Nation.
I was like, we
It
got
was
to be
too
done
much.
with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
By the way, Fritter Nation was we would text each other on Thursday night and say, "What's up, Fritter Nation?" Which means somebody needs to go pick
somebody's
up.
bringing fritters.
Somebody needs to go pick up apple fritters, and we did it for like 4 or 5 weeks
And
in a
then we all
row.
felt
And then we
sick.
all kind of looked at each other like, "We can't.
We got already done.
This is too much."
Too much
well,
fritter.
J&J's over here has they have multiple flavors. So they have apple, they have a blueberry fritter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, that's good. Shout out J&J's.
I need one fritter a year, and then I'm really pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, more than one a month.
Oh man,
because it somehow sticks with you.
It does. It does.
Especially the donut king.
It's heavy.
It's like funnel cake.
It stays with you.
You
for
feel
too
sick.
long.
You feel sick for 2 hours.
Yeah, it's you.
Funnel cake is the same thing, by the way.
Yeah,
it is.
You go to the fair, get me a funnel cake, and then
you're
I'll
like,
take
see you
powdered
next
sugar
year.
over it. That's literally a donut.
Yeah, and that is
It is.
the funnel cake I'm eating that year.
Yeah,
There's not other funnel cakes.
I think I might be done with funnel cakes.
I haven't
in
had a
my
funnel
life.
cake in a decade.
I got one at Frontier City a couple years ago. I'm good.
Also, it's just this is where I've been like grown in my life. It's like it's just too much mess.
Yeah,
Funnel
It
cake
is.
is too much mess.
it's a lot of
It's a
mess.
kid's
There's a lot of.
It
I'm
is
not
a
gonna be
kid's
just
game.
using my hands to shred this like fried bread with powdered sugar all over.
Powdered
it.
sugar everywhere.
Got to go wash my hands
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Guys, do we need to talk basketball?
No, this is the most. This is the most
This is the most
joy
alive
I felt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
since
I feel
last
good
night.
now.
About
I don't like
14
my funnel
hours.
cake's really doughy.
No, they got to be fried well.
They can get really. They can.
Oh, if it's doughy, then
Yeah,
you
toss it
got
out.
to you got to take that back up.
Last one I had was doughy.
It's like, give me another paper plate of just disgustingness, please.
You want your funnel cakes like you want your fries. Crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside.
You want
Oh, yeah.
you want what Chick-fil-A stopped doing, the well done fries, but you want it well done.
Yeah. You do.
It's, if you have a restaurant, a fast food place that I can get well done fries, you're gonna elevate to the top of my list.
Wingstop.
Brahms well done fries, fantastic.
Oh,
I don't
Oh,
like them
my.
underdone. I don't like a mushy
No.
well
Who
done
You
fry.
cannot
Yeah,
have a mushy.
really
who
good.
likes a mushy fry?
I don't know.
kids.
Let
Apparently,
us know in the chat.
Because you get
you like a
like
mushy
you,
fry.
like you go to Chick-fil-A and sometimes you get the fry that's like the end of the potato that is
Yeah.
like doesn't have the holes through the crinkle cut,
Never gets
and it's
crunchy.
just
that's like a wedge.
it's just a big bite of potato.
Yeah.
It's like I don't.
That's kind of the thunder in the fourth quarter. Just a big bite of
Big
potato.
bite of potato.
But how many of you were listening to this and all of a sudden, for the first time in at least 12 hours,
felt joy.
you felt a little bit of joy?
Thank God it's National Donut Day. Actually, I think this is a blessing.
We all this divinely
This is
appointed
the day.
day.
Yes,
for us
it is.
Thunder
Yeah,
fans.
it is. We all need one.
Listen. My wife is in the chat.
Bye, wife.
She said an apple fritter is much better than a funnel cake.
It is. It is.
They're just different
Do not disagree.
things. They're just different things. You're never going to go to the donut store and be like, I want a funnel cake. And you're never going to be at the fair and I want a fritter.
Although,
Yeah.
I'm going to start a booth at the fair that just has variations of fritters.
Fritters.
Fritter Nation.
Fritter Nation.
Fritter Nation.
Right?
Yeah. Fritter Nation.
Fritter Nation.
Fritter Nation.
Actually, if the Thunder lose this series,
That's what we're moving
not going
to.
to do the podcast
Down the
anymore.
Dunk
We're
has
just going to
now
start Fritter
evolved.
Nation.
We're just
Yeah.
starting fritter.
We're now just a state fair booth called Fritter Nation.
We're a food truck.
Yeah.
We're an OKC food truck.
You could do
Yep.
savory ones.
Yeah, you can.
Ooh.
Like what?
Now you're just.
Hey,
what was
listen,
making
think of
my-
it- think of it like a
we're in
frittata.
brainstorming,
Jay just
guys.
blew my
We're in
mind.
No,
brainstorming.
but like what's on the
like a
what's on
bacon
a
one?
You could do bacon. You could even do one that's got like a little maybe you wouldn't do it as dominant with the sweetness. So maybe you could do some brown gravy a little bit. Maybe you could
Okay.
put a little.
What?
I don't know. We could think about
I'm
it.
thinking more like focaccia. Okay, look.
Wow.
Think of it like focaccia
You gotta
bread.
think. You gotta think.
Think about
creative.
fried focaccia bread. That's what you could do with the savory, like the same kind of thing.
Joey Morris,
with the savory
If
one.
you're listening to this,
You could
Yeah.
put chunks of cheese
Just
and
throw some
sausage
dreams
in
out
it
there.
in the
Listen.
little
Fritter Nation.
humps.
I feel like the bread is like the. So here's how you can think about it. Think of an Indian taco.
Yeah.
Indian taco, fry bread,
Yeah,
stuff in the side of it. So it's not too far off from you could do that with the
No.
Fritter Nation.
you could definitely do it
we
with
have
Fritter
a-
Nation.
Keep your eyes out, guys.
Listen.
New concept.
You could do like an onion and chive fritter,
Could what?
and you could dip it.
You
I'm
just-
going
you
really
just-
savory.
I'm out
What-
on this
what is
business
sav-
plan.
What
chive.
is savory?
It's like got that.
Not
what do you
dessert.
call it?
Little
Je ne sais
A
quoi.
little je ne sais quoi.
But it's not. It's not
Little
like
umami flavor.
Yeah.
so. If you want
umami.
something savory, what am I going to get?
When you go to a donut shop and you get a sausage roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Savory.
That's right.
That's
So
Yeah.
it's
savory.
like meat.
It just is not sweet.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
sweet. It's savory, not sweet, but savory.
I can't
Okay.
believe we're introducing savory to Luke right now.
So,
yeah,
well, I'm
this
just-
is kind of surprising.
I'm just like I want. So I've never said to myself,
is a little
I
weird.
want something savory. Sometimes I'm like, I want meat.
Or you would say something. You ever say anything about like you want like something, you want a little something with a little salt to it, like a
Yeah.
I'm always like, I want a little substance. Like if I have too much, just like pastries or sweets, I need something that's protein.
Bagels can be sweet. You can go a sweet variety bagel. You can go a savory variety bagel.
Bagels may be like the most definitive combination option, like 50-50.
Yeah.
Because in everything bagel,
savory
is incredible.
Cinnamon crunch bagel.
Sweet,
but
dude. They're so
me and Jay are on the same.
But it's the Panera Bread cinnamon crunch bagel with the hazelnut cheese.
There are very few things that are better.
I know.
Yeah.
Ooh,
very few.
toasted.
Yeah. Toasted.
Old school bagel, by the way, is my favorite bagel.
Yeah.
I could eat there every day. Actually, I want to go. Does that count as a donut?
No.
Is a bagel a savory donut?
No.
So I have a question.
Definitely not, but it's a good question.
It's a way closer thought than like as a hot dog, a sandwich.
Yeah, it is.
So if I'm going to like Rudy's to get the breakfast burrito,
Dude, I had one of those this week.
Yes.
Yeah. That's savory.
That's savory.
Okay.
I had one earlier this week. Thought about you.
It's very good.
They're brisket.
That's
what we do for Father's Day at the church. We get just a whole slew of them and
top notch.
Let all the men have them.
Those are great,
Everybody
man.
eats them.
I was
Only the men.
Only the
men only.
I went to the Rudy's. This is a while ago, and there was like a men's group meeting.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
All the guys.
You're gonna reek like smoked beef all day.
The boys are getting beefy that morning.
Getting all beefed up.
That's what I smell like at work after a nice little lunch game of pickleball. Smell like smoked meat, smoked beef.
Let's answer some Twitter questions.
All right.
Play lunch.
More like I'm smoking beef out there.
We played the Twitter
boys.
questions.
Not better.
We played the Twitter questions.
Smoking your beef today, boys.
15 minutes ago.
Get ready. I'm going to smoke your beef out there.
Correct.
All right. Comes from our first Twitter question. It comes from @PaulBright21. Says, do you think the Thunder failure to extend the lead past 10 was due to the Thunder not taking the game seriously enough, or the Pacers actually being the better team last night? Thunder in 5.
I don't think it was a seriousness. I just don't think they executed well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the fact they couldn't score in the paint. I mean, I gave the layup stats earlier. It's just that they couldn't convert easy shots.
Yeah.
And they also, when they turned them over, like I said, they got to set their half-court defense. Yeah. It was not running in transition and finding mismatches. Yeah, I generally agree with what Jay said throughout this. It's like it just felt like everything was like overthought.
Yeah,
it was like we're going to make adjustments before you're even ready for what we're going to do. Like they
overthink it. Yeah.
They pre-adjusted to things that I feel like they should have, because game one is usually like a feeling out process, and it felt like the Thunder were like, we've already got this felt out, we're ready.
Hey, I had a thought, and maybe you can speak to this, maybe you can't. I know Sam is just brilliant.
Yeah.
In those coach conversations, does Sam ever show up in those, or like, does he bring anything to the coaching conversation with them, or is primarily he just is like?
I honestly don't know, but what my guess would be is that similar to like the way that Clay operates, he like trusts and empowers Sam to do his job, and then I think that Sam trusts and empowers Mark to do his job, and then it carries down. So it's not, because that's where I think that when we talk about dysfunctional franchises,
too much bleeding.
It's
over.
when the owner believes they can do the GM's job, and it's when the GM believes they can do the coach's job. That gets all tangled up.
Yeah, that's true.
Like New York has been that way forever, where all three of those have been a tangled web mess.
Yep.
And where the Thunder, it is like Clay owns the team. He makes
thing.
Ownership decisions. Sam makes, general manager, president, basketball ops decisions, and Mark make coaching decisions.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. It is why they're so healthy. I'm like, there's no way Sam's not watching that, because his mind is so.
Yeah, and there's no way he doesn't have opinions, and it's not like they're not going to have conversations about it. But I don't think he's going to be like in
do this,
like,
change this.
Like you have to do this, or else whatever. I think that it is like they
you're the coach. We hired you.
Mark gets to decide ultimately. This is just guessing, just the way that I've been around the organization a lot, but I'm not privy to these kinds of conversations. But if I were to guess, that's how I would think they would operate.
That makes sense.
Let's go to our next Twitter question. Comes from @Caleb_T_Jones__, who says, is Chet and J-Dub chronically rusty in game ones after long rests?
It sure feels like it.
Yeah, it does feel like it. Yeah.
Yes. Chronically rusty.
I think my big guys want to come in, I think all my guys want to come in and be on the show. They were at the game yesterday. Okay, you guys can come in if you guys want to come and sit and tell us your experience at the game. Do you guys want to?
Yeah, sure.
Arden, I can't believe you're in here. Yeah. Here, watch out. You're covering him up on YouTube.
Arden's freezing.
You want to say anything?
Oh shoot.
You don't have to. Asher.
It was it was so bad.
So you're just not a fan of another team now. You're a Hornet.
No.
You're a Hornets guy.
Yeah, and I guess I am now.
Well, it was a rough loss.
I mean, those are some old PJs. Those are probably Andrew's PJs.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, for sure.
It was such a bad game at the end. The 12-2 run is so killer. Especially we had like two open threes, right? At the end. It was J-Dub hitting those and Alex Caruso. Man, you should hit.
It's pretty bad.
What's it feel like having your first sports pain this morning here on Friday morning?
Pretty hard. I mean, I feel like game 1 was honestly my first because bro, it was so horrible. Going up by 15 then losing.
You're talking about the Nuggets game?
Nuggets game 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hard. But this is just
welcome.
So dumb.
This will be the rest of your life.
That's true.
It'll always be. It gets a little easier because you're able to forget things quicker, but
yeah,
it just hurts. But it's the point of being a fan of a team, man. That's what I was saying last week after the Western Conference Finals finished. I was like emotionally engaged with the team. Feel it like you were the one that lost.
Yeah. What do you think, buddy?
You have anything you want to say about the game? How many did we lose by? Do you remember?
1.
Say it one more time.
1.
Were you sad whenever you found out they lost? Yeah, nothing you said. It's terrible.
Well,
hey, are you miffed and are you peeved?
Miffed and peeved.
Yes. Hey, I'm miffed. I went to pick up my Switch 2.
Yeah.
And I walked in and I said, hey, I'm here to pick up my Switch 2. Here's my name. And they said, you don't have one. I said, I'm pretty sure I do.
Oh,
nope, not on the list. And I pulled up like got onto like my credit card app and was like, here, this date, I spent this much money here to pre-order one. I'm on the list. And they're like, no. And I was like, go to the date. And I was there for an hour and a half, which is what is supposed to be a 5-minute interaction.
Did you get it though?
Yes. They put it under some other guy's GameStop account. And so if he would have showed up, he just got a free Switch 2. They called him to come get it.
No.
But he was like, I didn't pre-order that. I don't want that. Little did he know if he showed up, they didn't just get one. I get there and they figure it out because they print out his receipt. And I'm like, look, that is my credit card. Look at my credit card. The numbers match. Like, that is mine. They're like, okay. And they like reluctantly gave it to me.
Wow.
But you left with it.
Yes.
It ain't going back.
How is it?
No, it's not. Haven't opened it.
Really?
Yes. Brought it home, set it up in my kitchen.
Watch the Thunder game.
Went to the Thunder game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you only have like one game on it though.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart World. Don't need it. Well, I want more. They had sold out of the pre-orders the others.
So the games won't translate?
No, they do. Yeah. Yeah. It plays Switch 1 games. Yeah.
Okay.
And some with updated graphics.
Is it Switch 2 TOO?
Switch 2 number 2.
Oh, okay.
Switch 2 number 2. And I got a wireless GameCube controller.
Yeah, that kind of rocks.
Pretty good.
GameCube rocks.
Pretty good. It's just a great controller.
It is.
So I'm excited to play some Mario Kart World. I'm gonna be the cow. I'm pretty excited about it.
That'd be the
Gonna
cow.
be the cow.
You miffed and peeved?
I mean, yes.
I might be Monty Mole.
Monty
Oh
Mole's-
my god.
We'll see.
Bro, every time Archie plays, he's Monty Mole for what is it? Mario Party.
Mario Party.
It's so annoying.
I
when
might
he
be
wins.
charging
Oh,
Chuck.
anytime he wins and he's Monty Mole. He's doing Monty Mole dances
It's
throughout.
so annoying.
I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
He's a mole.
Oh, I figured that
from Mario.
I found a mole in the bottom of my pool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like earlier this week.
It's
They're
sad.
scary looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unsettling, and I'm like, how
Yeah.
did you get in here?
Have you
Like looking at my pool? Like, did you burrow through the
Yeah,
walls of
like,
my
I don't
pool?
want
Do I have a
that.
hole in my pool?
No,
And-
it just fell in. Have you ever seen up close a beaver?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Disgusting.
Terrifying.
those are always
There.
ones that I get particularly sad if like they're on the side of the road and they got hit by a car.
Yeah.
I'm like, why, bro? Why are you out there?
With all the rain, have you seen the amount of turtles on the highway?
It is
They're
too many.
everywhere.
Oh, really?
Really?
There's a
Yes.
lot of turtles on the roads.
There.
It makes me I will stop. I'm enough of a like want to keep animals alive guy that I will like swerve my car to avoid squirrels.
Yeah.
Turtles is one of those things. I might wreck my car for a turtle.
Always help a
I
turtle
haven't
cross
hit
the
it.
road.
I haven't hit any that I know of yet.
What you don't do is take them home because they're just heading from one place to another
They don't
on
like that.
purpose.
Yeah.
They just go to your house and they're like,
a turtle.
cool.
Why am I here?
It's like somebody just picked you up and took you to Phoenix.
I think.
They're like,
wait, no, this is not where I was going.
I think I think I don't know if this is exactly right, but I've heard a turtle lives its entire life in a square mile of land.
Oh,
So like they don't like going. It's like going for us to like another planet.
yeah.
yeah. It's
Like,
not
all right,
great.
well, welcome
That's
to the
crazy.
moon. This is your new home. They're like,
That's
I
terrible.
don't know how to live here.
I don't know this. None of my friends live here.
Let's reset before we end the pod. Where are we at? I had Thunder in 5. Where are you guys at today?
6.
Okay.
7.
Thunder
It's
in
hard
7.
for me to see them winning 4 in a row. So I'm like, they're still the better team. They're the best team in the league.
They. I mean, I think you can walk away still feeling like the better team.
Yes.
knowing you're the better team.
It just is. It can just be weird, and the Pacers are like they're capitalizing on the weird this year.
Yeah, they are. Asher,
I still have it in 5 though.
4 in a row.
Yes.
Yeah, I
That's
just
some boldness.
it happened last time in 2012, right?
Yeah, the
Thunder won
Heat
their
won.
first
The Heat
game.
won 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And yeah, that one's one, and then I also think about
That's also
the difference is it
terrible.
was not home.
Yeah.
Like the Heat didn't lose their first game at home. I'm thinking of I go back to that Lakers one.
Yeah.
It's like they lost game 1 and then won 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say Thunder in 6 too. I think they're still going to win the title. It feels
Mhm.
awful today. It feels like they could
Win.
they couldn't do it, but I believe they're.
You got to
going
win
do
either
it.
game 3 or 4 in Indy.
Yeah.
If you win 3, then I'm
It's
like,
a series now. Like that's the thing is like this is it's a real playoff series now. I think there was a chance that it wasn't going to feel like that.
which is great for the NBA.
It's great for the NBA. It's terrible for our souls.
Yep.
Okay.
The first like 3.5 quarters felt like it was like a blowout.
Yeah. Felt like it was. I mean, it felt like the Thunder had control of it.
And then they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Lost it. Hey guys.
Hey, if you didn't know, we lost.
Hey, we lost it.
Yeah, if you somehow just now
Hey, if you're to this point in the podcast and you didn't know the Thunder lost, lost the game.
I'll quote J-Dub from his post game. That sucks butt.
It does. It absolutely does. Okay. Thank you for listening to our show. We'll have another show Monday after game 2. Hopefully the Thunder will do what they did against Denver and
right the ship.
just destroy them. Really appreciate everybody tuning in, listening. Appreciate all the dunkers that I talked to last night. Appreciate all of you guys through this stuff that Amy and I are going through, the stuff that she's going through and their family is. The support has meant a ton. Like Taylor said, the shirts will go out today. So really appreciate everyone who bought. And we'll talk to you guys again on Monday.